listening to The Great Game, a Hunt of the Reckoning actual play by Hallowed Haven Studios.
Previously on The Great Game. Exhausted, filthy, and pushing 2 days without proper food or rest, the hunters arrive in New York. Before matters of self-care can be addressed, they must confirm the status of Aylin's apartments, and arrive to discover they've been ransacked and the Black Book of the Tyrant is nowhere to be found. What they do find are clues left by the invaders and by Houdini, who once referred to Italy as his preferred place to withdraw in the event of grave danger. The boy at the desk confirms what Aylin already suspected, that the thieves are in fact police, some local and others from out of town. Feds. Sloan recovers access to her considerable wealth and buys new clothes and a meal for the hunters, while Raven's sister finds them a safe house with a quick exit to use as needed. And finally, they can rest. Echo's turn on watch becomes more exciting when Snake Delaney drops by to catch up, filling in Echo on the movements of the out-of-town cops and directing the hunters towards the financial district. If the Black Book is there, in the hands of those who know its power, it could spell doom for many. In the hands of those who do not know what they have, it could perhaps be even worse. Pieces are moving, and the hunters need to be swift to gain advantage in the Great Game.
I'm Clara Allison, and I will be playing Aylin Crane, the Inquisitive.
I am Freyja. I'll be playing Veretta Vale, aka Raven, the Marshal.
Hi, I'm Bloodied Porcelain. I'll be playing Sloan, Holliday, the Inquisitive.
Hi, I'm Termite, and I'll be playing Echo, the Underground.
And I'm Overthinker. I will be your game master for the evening. The financial district of New York resides on the southern tip of Manhattan Island. Much of its architectural design comes from the Gilded Age between the 1870s and the late 1890s. New York streetlights developed from the mandated window candles in 1670s to oil and gas lamps to the installation of arc lights in the 1880s. While horses are currently the dominant form of transportation, a massive sanitation crisis puts their viability in question, as nearly 200,000 horses produce approximately 1 million kilograms of manure daily. The increased popularity of streetcars helps curb this problem, but horses continue to outnumber all other forms of transport until cars become popular in 1902 and overtake horses as the majority form of transport 10 years later. For now, the automobile is a rare sight, reserved for the wealthy. The war of currents between Edison's direct current and Nikola Tesla's alternating current continues to rage, as George Westinghouse puts forth the financial backing to keep AC competitive against a smear campaign by Edison. This will ultimately push the adoption of AC in the first electric chair and form the basis for the construction of the Niagara Falls hydroelectric plant, which, when completed in 1896, will signal the victory of AC over DC. Jane Calloway rises just before the sun to do her hair and makeup. Today will be the day. She must look right. Curlers left in overnight come out. She hopes she's done them right. It looks odd, but it's important. The uniform of her station is plain by design, but she will make it work. She can barely eat for nerves and leaves the house needlessly early so she might be sure to be on time. The temporary office is only half open. Much of its furniture remains covered in blankets, but her desk is set and ready to begin as she takes her seat. She glances at the door every time it opens, waiting to see if he's here yet. Then he enters. David, the handsomest man in the office. Short like her, but with a kindness and cheer towards his fellows. He talks with one of the agents jovially, fearless of the man's authority, then turns and crosses the office, the morning sun painting his dark hair gold, as he stops at her desk and offers a coffee. Now is the moment. In all her time they've known each other, Jane has never doubted that she loves this man. All she has to do is say it, invite him over for dinner or out somewhere, or ask if he's doing anything that he might invite her out. She smiles and accepts the coffee, struggling to meet his eye, lest she faint dead away. He lingers for a moment. She tries to speak, but only manages an awkward smile. He smiles back and seems to struggle with something, then turns and takes his own seat, and the moment is gone. Perhaps at lunch, or at the end of the day. It could still be today, but she said that yesterday, and for many days before that. Andrew drops off the day's work, examining books taken from a suspected fraudster. Some tomes on the strange and esoteric, the sort of things only an artist would take interest in, but in the stack, a black-bound leather tome waits for its moment to be opened. A ringing bell signals that the streetcar has reached its stop. The four of you, rested from the previous night, have arrived on the island of Manhattan, not too far from the financial district now. It's approaching, let's say, 9-10 a.m. How would you like to proceed? And what is on your minds?
Well, we're gonna have to figure out which building they're in. What's his name? Snake? Said it was some sort of... I said that it was in the area, but there aren't a whole lot of places to hide something like this, so... I suppose we look for something nondescript.
They would be renting space or newly moved in, yes?
In theory, yeah.
Most likely.
Well, aren't there records?
It wouldn't be obvious. They would obviously use pseudonyms or shell companies.
Yes, but it would still be a new company moving into a building. How much turnover can there be?
This is all assuming that given that it's the feds, they don't have a deal worked out with the city to not put things like this on the books.
So what do you propose? We march in and demand our things back?
I think we start by taking a tour. That's why we came out here so early. Nothing's really open, so this will give us a chance to get a look at the buildings. Certain buildings are going to obviously not be the place where they are, right?
All right.
It must most likely be like an office or something, don't you think? Or several.
The advantage to this particular city and this part of this city is that it's one of the oldest parts of this city. So most buildings we're going to be able to cross off the list automatically when we see them because they're established. They've been here for ages.
Well, in that case, and Aylin will hook her arm into Sloan's as they're on the street. Should we take a tour of Wall Street?
I suppose we'll have to. All I remember, and I think all that was said last week, was that it was the financial district, but he gave us a couple of block radius. So I'm not sure if it's actually Wall Street or if it's one of the nearby blocks or whatever, but the whole point of Sloan dragging everybody out so early was so that we could have a look around before things get busy.
Yeah, we were given a 4 or 5 block radius around the 43rd precinct.
So we split off into pairs and take a little walk.
Yeah, you know that this sort of south end of Manhattan area, and that they are doing business with the 43rd precinct, or actually, yeah, that they have taken officers from there to assist in whatever raids they're carrying out.
Well, if we splitting up into 2 separate groups, Aylin and I are not going to be able to go together because you two don't know the city. At which point she very gently disengages her arm from Aylin's. Rude.
Aylin, she's trying to ditch you.
No, I know.
It would be better to have at least one person in each group that knows the city. That way we know what we're looking for.
That was my point.
I'm not stupid. I've seen Raven try to talk her way out of a situation.
I have talked my way out of several situations, thank you.
I don't think your guns count.
Right, so maybe we should just all go together then?
Drusilla cocks she gives you a don't believe you and look.
There we go.
Yep. Skeptical, that was the word. Cocks a skeptical eyebrow.
We'll
Never
cover
saying
my
that
ground
again.
separately.
She's not
We'll also
wrong.
be significantly more in danger if we go separately.
What danger? We're in the middle of the public in the daytime.
Well, very early in the daytime when there's not a whole lot of people around.
It's getting pretty busy. Foot traffic, horse traffic.
I mean, we
Not
left
exactly.
before dawn.
Yes, which means that the people who are doing construction and putting up new buildings and facades and such, they are on the next streetcar if they weren't on the last one. City that never sleeps.
Do you insist we all go together?
No, not necessarily. I just think we need to figure out how we're going to split up without jabbing at the others.
Aylin just looks pointedly at the other two.
I think if we all go together, it's going to take a lot longer and we're more likely to miss something. But if you would like to all stay together, we can do that.
I agree that
Think it-
we should probably separate, at least in groups of 2.
And how are we
After
splitting
this,
up?
I will relink arms with Raven. What time is it again?
Coming up on... Actually, yeah, you guys left before sunrise. We'll say it's coming up on 8 a.m.
It shouldn't take too long, especially if we've split up. So perhaps we'll rejoin in an hour.
All right.
And if anything seems even the slightest bit compromised, where should we meet?
I will point out a well-known landmark in the area.
Wonderful. Come along, and I will just start dragging Raven away.
She is being dragged willingly, but albeit slowly.
All right. I believe the smallest member of the party leading the largest.
No, Sloan is smaller.
Yeah.
Shorty. All right, cool. You guys head off. Any particular angle you're taking, or just walking the streets looking for something sus?
That
I know
one.
what track you roll.
I'm personally looking at the buildings and kind of taking a mental tally of places that look like they are nondescript enough that they could have like rented a place out and people wouldn't necessarily be able to tell immediately.
Yep.
This is one of the more established places in the city. It's been around the longest, so it should be the easiest to like narrow down potential buildings.
Yeah, a lot has changed in the last 2 or 3 decades. As my earlier facts mentioned, this whole neighborhood kind of got redone for the Gilded Age, which is ending in the next couple of years.
Yeah, but I've only been gone a couple of years, GM.
Yeah, so
Haven't
you
been
know
gone
what a
for
lot of this will
decades.
look like.
Yes.
Cool. We're gonna roll, I'm thinking Wits Investigation. I would also accept Wits and Streetwise. And if you two you're pairing off in groups of 2, I'm gonna say pick a roll for your group, and one person adds 2 dice to the other.
I would like to propose that I do the roll for me and Echo. Especially because I'm an Inquisitive, which means I should be able to get the Desperation dice too.
I'll allow that.
I want to say I'll do the same, but I don't have BP's dice luck.
I would only have a pull at most of 4.
What's the pool options?
Wits and Investigation or Wits and Streetwise?
I will roll better than you.
And you are inquisitive as well, so
Yeah.
Termite, are you good with me rolling for us?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see it.
So 2 from our companions and then 2 desperation.
Yep.
Damn. 7 successes.
All
And the last would be desperation dice, but I didn't botch on them.
4.
right. This makes total sense. On 4 successes, Echo, you're keeping an eye out for sketchy stuff, or given that it's law enforcement, maybe a noticeable lack of sketchiness. The hard part of that is that this neighborhood is frequented by the wealthy, so there is always a concerted effort to keep so-called lowlifes out. The sort of people you would usually ask for a tip, or, drop a coin in a cup and ask for directions. They just don't come around here very much. On 4 successes, there are some changes since last you left. And I think looking around in certain neighborhoods, you can walk into a building and see who's there. There's lists of tenants for someone who's trying to find, oh, my lawyer is in this building, but I'm not sure what floor. It would maybe jump out to you that a lot of those are quickly changeable, and there are empty spaces in most places you go. The renting of space is a common trade at the moment. Aylin, however, you guys are moving through also checking buildings, looking at this and that, and what would go there and what would go here, and something jogs your memory as you're walking by. What's it actually called? The Equitable Life Building. And you remember some years ago, I think, or one of the other mages talking about how some years ago, the Secret Service had an office in New York, and he theorized that it was in there. Glancing at the listed businesses, the 7th floor appears to be entirely unoccupied. That's the top floor. And so does an hour pass. The Equitable
lovely.
Life Insurance Company does occupy the 2nd and 3rd.
Well, that's easy enough. And Aylin will start steering Raven back towards the meeting point. And as they're talking, while I have you, Raven, do you think, where do you stand with Echo?
She'll hesitantly look away ever so slightly and then regain composure. Things are complicated at the moment.
Well, how much more complicated can they be?
She'll stop walking for a moment and then catch back up. Let's just say that Echo has a complicated feeling about the supernatural.
Is this coyness working with her as well? What are her feelings?
Distrust, possible hate.
Well, after what she's been through, I don't doubt it. But I suppose that's a bit insurmountable.
At least currently. And I respect it, of course.
But it bothers you.
Yes. We should probably catch up with the others.
Oh, you have long legs. And she continues walking at the pace she's been walking.
Aylin, I think it also occurs to you in this moment that when you sat in the chair and acquired these strange gifts and curses, it was Echo who was most supportive of your removal.
Oh, I remember. Well, Raven, it's rare form that we find people who are willing to put up with all of our flaws. But when you find the one who will put up with some of them, most of them even, it might be worth trying to keep them close, you know?
Yes, but some things are insurmountable. At least I have found that to be true.
Yes, but we've done plenty of insurmountable things already.
And we still have several more to get through.
Well, then what's one more for the list? And then she will continue walking with the back to the pace that will get them back to the landmark.
You won't see it because she slowed down. She'll have a very slight smile when you said that.
At the same time, Sloan is going to. Sloan only walks when she's got like a very specific, like, I'm going here to do this thing and nobody better try and fucking stop me. Usually she kind of ambles or moseys. She's got that kind of like, I own the world and fuck you if you think I should speed up kind of thing.
So she walks like she talks.
Yep. And she pulls out that silver cigarette case that she usually carries and pops one between her lips and holds it out to Echo.
No thanks.
Suit yourself. So, out of curiosity, and as I'm trying to get a lay of the land with this group of people I have found myself in the middle of, how are things with you and Raven going?
Well, neither of us are dead, and I'd like to keep it that way.
Well, that goes without saying, darling.
Given recent circumstances, not so much.
Care to explain? Given that I don't have the deep lore, so to speak.
You remember the whole conversation about Raven being a Valkyrie?
I do.
Well, I'm
Stir up some complicated feelings for you.
Less stir up, more pointed them in a different direction.
How so? Different as in, I might need to be prepared for there to be a fight that breaks out, or...
Not likely. You remember the story about Aylin and her current situation?
I have not, as of yet, been given exact details, but I do understand the broad strokes.
Yes, long story short, she wasn't like how she is when I met her.
I assumed as much.
After. And, well, we were all gathered together as people to fight and kill supernatural things.
And let me guess. Aylin saw her chance and she took it, and you were the one who got stepped on in the process?
More or less.
Well, that makes two of us at least. But we weren't talking about Aylin.
Right,
Raven ever done anything like that?
It's more this person I thought was someone I could trust and count on is arguably someone or something I should be hunting down. That is what I do, after all. Or, well, has been.
Is it what you've been doing since the queen fucked y'all over?
I bet, yeah.
She kind of narrows her eyes.
One of the things that I was doing just before I ran into you all.
Was it? Because it seemed to me like you were sort of working with something you should have been hunting and killing. Maybe not willingly, but...
There's a reason I had a plan to get rid of her.
Why didn't you take the plan earlier?
There are other people that were roped up in the whole situation, and I was hoping to get them away from it first. But now I don't know where they are.
I understand that. Listen, ultimately none of this is my business, save that any mess from the two of you has the chance of blowing back on me. So, a word of advice from someone who has lost damn near everyone who's ever meant anything to them. If she hasn't done anything to make you not trust her, if it's just a matter of what she is, but you still have feelings for her, I wouldn't be so quick to turn your back on it. Because you never know when she's going to be gone and you're going to wish that you took the chance when you had it.
No, she's already died once.
And, I can't be sure, but I'm pretty sure those feathers you wear weren't yours to begin with, were they? They look like they came off of a raven.
They were the feathers that she wore, yeah.
So clearly there's feelings there, and you losing her meant something to you. That you had to hold on to something. Don't lose something because you walked away without knowing for sure that it couldn't work. That would make you the second person in my life to make that mistake. And you don't seem like the type who deserves it.
Well, you might be right. Also, would help if I had more time to deal with things like this, but I suppose that's our life now.
Seems to be. If it helps any, as far as I've been able to tell, I'm perfectly normal. Save that, I apparently have a ghost that follows me around sometimes.
More than I've got.
Well, I would say I would trade, but that's one of those people that I lost, and selfish as it may be, I'm going to hold on to him as long as I can.
Well, I wouldn't be asking for you to anyway.
Well, it's been about an hour. We should get back. Else Aylin will get impatient and go off and do something stupid.
Well, she might do that if we're not late, so...
Sure, but if we're there, we have a better chance of stopping it.
Yeah, we should get back.
All right.
And just for the record, you're sure you don't want me to shoot that snake fella?
Yes, I'm sure I don't want you to shoot him.
Is that a
He's
yet
an asshole.
or period?
No, it's complicated. For different
All right.
reasons.
All right,
But at the very least, yet.
Then I will wait for your signal, and we will head to meet up with the others.
All right. Little waterfront cafe. Now about a little after 9. You guys can grab a bite to eat and discuss. First, what are y'all having for breakfast?
Sloan will, as always, go for something hearty and simple. Eggs, bacon, sausage, nice crusty bread.
Perfect.
Toast and tea. Aylin has hot girl tummy.
I think it's just going to be a running thing of Echo and Sloan get damn near the same thing.
Wow, they have so much in common.
Maybe we should ditch the other two and get together. What do you think?
What the fuck?
Oh, so the two normies hook up, I see.
Oh, whatever.
Aylin's gonna die anyway.
Dude.
I don't think y'all know that yet. Or did we
And
cover
honestly,
that?
surprised. Well,
No, we don't know that yet.
The party
That was,
doesn't.
that was above the table. Come on,
to be
guys.
fair, we don't know that there's a timer on her head.
True.
No, you just know how she
Yeah.
is.
I'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
I threatened to kill her myself.
True. What is Raven's breakfast of choice?
Probably breakfast potatoes and eggs.
Sweet.
Maybe some bacon.
All right. 2 of you have intel to share.
Well, we found it, I think.
Well, go on, then.
I'm looking for the name.
It was the Equitable Life Building.
Yes. Some of the
Taste of this.
what?
Sorry, the irony of the name.
I suppose it is the life insurance. I think. Regardless, at least in the circles that I've run in, it seems to be a front of some sort. Anyway, I think they're on the 3rd and 4th floor. I should
Second
take
and
better
3rd
notes.
is the Equitable Life Company. 7th floor is currently listed as unoccupied.
That. Aylin translates what one of her ghosts who was paying attention said.
And Sloan is translating for our mute friend.
You start to do that, and she gives you a
Well,
quick
she's-
signal that says, "I'm mute, not deaf."
Yeah, she's mute, not deaf.
No one has bothered to tell Sloan. She just knew that she spoke American Sign Language.
Fair.
Yeah.
So she will apologize. Sorry, I didn't know. No one told me.
whatever. As in, it's all good, whatever.
Right, so 7th floor supposedly unoccupied. I feel like it's gonna be
Anybody?
kind of
Go on. Anybody who wants to make a roll to know about the place may.
What would
What
that
do you
roll
think you
be?
would roll? I'm taking suggestions. Finance, history, technology, streetwise, plus intelligence.
Can I use a streetwise and intelligence?
Yes.
Can I use my desperation dice?
Yes. Please do.
only Echo one situation to reasonably know about this.
I'm going to do the same.
Echo might have reasons to know about this.
I will roll intelligence streetwide. Well done.
Sweet.
Raven would
What's
have
up,
no
fuckers?
idea.
Wildly bad roll. 2 successes on 7 dice.
So
Two as well.
two from Sloan and
I got
Aylin,
4.
4 from Echo.
How did Echo know more?
Love that. Yeah, Aylin and Sloan. This is a building that went up a little while ago. There was some drama about one of the features. It had like a depiction of a Roman goddess, but it was kind of a joke because whoever made it was using materials that didn't last in New York, so it had to be put up and taken down and replaced, and its head fell off. Just kind of a joke. But there was a lot of like work done after the building was put up. Also, the Equitable Life Insurance Company has been around for ages. They built the place and own the building, which is why it is their headquarters. They just rent out a bunch of other floors. 4 hits for Echo. A couple things that would have been interesting to you as you were keeping your skills on B&E up to date. The Equitable Life building has the first powered elevator in the New York area, making it kind of a fancy choice. I think you also recall hearing about a law enforcement agency that set up here and then moved out. Putting 2 and 2 together makes sense. That would probably be the Secret Service. I think you also heard from, there are elements of the company itself, the insurance company, that deal in some shady branches, what we today would call sort of a pseudo-medical. Like there are things that you know from fraudsters, oh yeah, that's not really medicine. And they should know that at that company, and they're still doing it. There's a shady tint to the company itself. Like,
Well, what
loosely
I can
criminal.
tell you, what I can tell you is the company doesn't seem to be entirely above board. A few years ago, there was some law enforcement. Moved in, moved out. And they have an electronic elevator.
Well, that's fancy.
Apparently the first one in the area.
Well, we just need to know it. There's a limited amount of floors they would be on then. Yes?
Presumably the empty one.
And I
That's
can't
where
think of a...
the money-
Hmm?
Sorry.
No, please.
I was just agreeing that it would be on the top floor.
Well, I can't think of a single person who is skilled at all at getting into a building that has an unoccupied floor. And Aylin just stares at Echo.
First of all, you don't need to try and goad me into offering to go in.
I wasn't goading, I was being sarcastic. But is it working?
Press X to doubt.
Yes, I kind of planned on being the one to break in and start looking around. That is one of the things that I offered when we first came out here.
Well, then what would you need from us?
Might need some supplies, mostly people to watch my back. Maybe a second person to come in with me.
Darling, I don't know that I have the necessary skills to watch your back unless I'm being very, very, intrusive in the front. Oh, I didn't like the way I said that.
Perfect.
Buzzing.
And
That's on the internet forever.
The waiter gives you
Yeah,
a side
it's-
eye.
Unfortunately, like Aylin, subtlety is not my specialty.
Who has the next best Dex plus stealth? Say that
That
3
would
times
be me.
fast. Well, there you go.
Above board, do we all know that Snake is here? I can't
You know he's in
recall.
town.
Okay.
yeah, I guess Echo hasn't specifically said where he is.
What about that friend of yours?
Well, we'll need some time we could go pay him a visit. I know he works.
Do we have to?
Well, he did say he needed help, and he's got apparently a vampire under the bar where he works.
I'm so sorry. When did you... What?
Did you forget that conversation?
I must have.
I told him I was going to talk to you about you making sure she didn't want to kill him when she woke up.
Ah, yes, I remember
said
now. And
no.
I abjectly refused, and then I decided to forget the conversation because I hope that vampire kills him.
Well, now we have a reason to go and help him to see if he will help us.
And I may be able to get information from her for my situation, so...
Potentially.
Aylin rolls her eyes, but just sure, of course.
All right, you guys headed to a bar at 10 in the morning?
It would appear so. While we are going...
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've lived in the city, so I am keeping an eye out for specific types of locations. Storyteller.
Yep, well, you're headed to the right place.
Good.
Gonna take you guys about another hour to get over there. So that'll put us around 10:30. Back on the streetcar, flag down a carriage, and out past a lot of shipping, a little place by the docks. No mystery who their clientele is. Currently closed. Looking at honestly, Sloan, this place would be more familiar to you. It has saloon energy, apart from the lockable door.
Sloan looks pleased. He the type to answer if we knock, or you gonna have to open up on our own?
I think it'll be easier if I just open things up myself.
Well, it would be returning one favor for another.
Yes, I'll have to talk to him about that. I thought I told him to stop doing that.
You did. He didn't.
How often does he do this?
Probably about as often as I do.
I shall say it is a good thing that he woke Echo up before I got into the room.
I'm going to start sleeping with the knife under my pillow.
You're just now starting.
Don't do that already.
Raven and Echo, you exchange a look that you had the same response exactly to that statement. So that's a complicated thing you can think about. Also, give me a lock-picking roll, please.
Yeah, 3.
Easy. Yeah. A little bit of prying, pop the latch. Honestly, lockpicks are too good for this.
Ah, it's a shitty lock. Got it.
Yep. Looks like you're probably not the first or maybe even the 5th person to get a wedge in here and just separate the door from the thing that the door sits in. Yeah, you're in. As usual, a clean bar with nobody in it is a little bit strange, but otherwise it's pretty nice. Far end has a bunch of drinks in front of a mirror. The bar is there. Space for 1 or 2 tenders, dozen tables, little balcony up above.
Right. Well, since we're here, we might want to deal with the little problem in that way that's taken care of. Whether we kill her or convince her to not be a problem.
Well, first we have to figure out a place to take her so that when we open whenever she's locked in, doesn't just,
Oh, she won't. If she got a stake through her heart, she's not going anywhere.
I thought vampires couldn't go out in the daylight.
Oh, that. Well, that's going to be a problem regardless.
I have grown up in saloons and bars and brothels, and most of those places have like underground storage, even if it's not obvious.
Sorry, are you speaking in character?
Out of character, above the table.
Cool.
So
EP loves brothels. Got it.
So I would like to look to see if I can find like a hatch or something that leads down into an underground space where they probably keep the extra booze and whatnot.
Absolutely. What's investigation? Also, you guys aren't making an effort to be stealthy or anything, are you? Sort of walked in.
Yeah.
Cool.
4 successes.
4 successes is enough. Behind the bar is a door leading into a sort of back room. There's clearly an office for bookkeeping, and under a rug, a trap door.
We could just take it down here.
I'm pretty sure that's where she is.
He said she was in a chest under the bar. Or did he mean the bars in like the whole building?
I think he meant us in the building. We can check it both places just to be safe.
There's a steamer trunk under the actual bar, next to like...
That's what I thought. She did...
Oh, that's grim.
Like, there's a sawed-off shotgun mounted on a couple of hooks, and underneath that is a steamer trunk with 3 or 4 locks on it.
Well, we found her.
I'm going to open the door that goes down into the storage space.
A familiar
And-
smell approaches you.
Oh. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, how long has it been since Sloan indulged in... You want to tell the audience what this is?
Opium. And it's been a minimum of like a week and a half, 2 weeks. Because I was on that boat for a while. I don't know exactly how long we were on the boat. So
4 or 5 days minimum.
like a week and a half.
Cool. Let me get a willpower roll from you to see how bad you're jonesing, and then you may proceed.
5 successes, I'm fine.
Yep. Other things on your mind right now.
I am, however, grabbing a bar of the best whiskey, or grabbing a bottle of the best whiskey from behind the bar.
All right. What
Well,
next?
the bad news is this place is unlikely to be unoccupied. The good news is this place is the sort of place where they don't talk about the things they see in places like this. So it might be one of the best places we could do this if we want to get it done today and not wait until the middle of the night. At which point, it might be too late.
Were we going to wait for Snake to so that we could intercede, or are we just going to try to do this now?
I think we deal with this situation now. That way, when we talk to him, we can kind of use it as a bargaining chip. Or we threaten to
Right.
shoot him and use that as a bargaining chip. Or both.
He may also be down there, so
I'm so close to sticking my head down there and yelling after him.
do not do something stupid.
Let's see if Snake is around, because it would be easier to hold this over his head before we have a ravening monster to deal with.
We will do it quietly then. And I will head down into the opium den. I'm at home here.
Considering where Raven was for a period of time, being China, would she be familiar with opium as well?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're familiar with its effects. I'm going to say that there are probably people you worked with who were involved in the distribution or creation even, and now you're seeing where it ended up. Yeah, you guys can descend a deep ladder into this fairly dank, and you're not that far from the harbor. It's damp. A couple of very yellow lanterns show maybe 6 or 7 people just like passed out in cots, all but dead to the world.
I don't suppose any of them is Snake.
I don't think you see Snake. You do see somebody asleep like at a desk, sort of facing the I can't words today, facing the ladder.
I'm going to go over to the desk and knock on it close enough that it jars them awake.
Who are you?
I'm a customer for information, and I will put several bills down on the table. Snake Delaney, is he here?
Time is it?
Early, answer my question, please.
Upstairs. Got a room upstairs.
Thank you very
got
much.
junk or you need some?
Neither for the moment, but I will remember this place, and I might be back later. And I like I said, I will leave those couple of bills on the bar so that they didn't let go of anything for free.
Cool.
Aylin gives you the sidest eye.
And I will climb back upstairs. Completely ignore Aylin.
You guys go find Snake?
He's in his room upstairs.
Let's go bother him.
Oh, good.
Agreed.
Let's return the favor for last night, shall we?
If you want to get the drop on him, I'm going to ask for a stealth roll. Dex plus sneaking.
Gladly.
For everyone who wants to enter his room without him knowing.
I'll let them have their fun, and when I know he's awake, I'll come in.
Okay.
Same.
Cool. You check a couple of rooms, glancing through keyholes. And then the third room, you see a familiar face passed out, mostly in the bed. Jimmy the lock, and slip in undetected. He is snoring into his pillow loudly.
Kind of move in and sit down on the bed next to him. Like on the edge of the bed. Knock knock. Kind of shake him.
I already paid the rent. What?
So close to your dream day.
Huh? Rolls
Four
over, looks up.
Waking up to 4 beautiful women in your room. It's a pity nothing's gonna come of it. Sloan is leaning in the doorway. Casually checking her guns.
Or women, all of which have threatened to kill him at least once.
What? Oh, hey, Echo. Good to see you drop by.
Yeah.
You, oh, good to, nice. One sec. Rolls over, picks up a cup, downs the contents. Oh, All right, hair of the dog. I'm with you. What's? Oh, you brought everybody. That's.
You look like
you-
utter shit, darling.
Well, are you gonna help me?
Only if you help us.
I did. I told you all that stuff.
Not enough.
Right? Oh. Looks over at Echo. Are we renegotiating? I did you guys a solid and you're here to renegotiate?
If I remember correctly, the negotiation was that she would ask Aylin for her help in exchange for the information that you gave. You want more than that, Aylin says you gotta do more.
Let's get a persuasion check. Charisma or manipulation.
Does he think I'm pretty?
Yes.
Can I help?
How would you like to help?
I was like, by being there and being pretty.
Oh, sure, you don't have a looks merit.
I know.
Yeah. I'm going to say that the fear he feels about the other three of you kind of counteracts the effect that you're all ladies in his room.
I can't flirt with the snake in front of Sloan.
That's fine. That's a critical. It's 5 successes.
Yeah. All right. If you're going to help me straighten things out with my girl, I can do more. I can help you out. I can get you some, I don't know, some equipment, some backup, some what are you looking for? What is it that you yeah.
Well,
Name-
we need to get to
name
the
your price.
top. We need to get to into the top floor of the Equitable Life building.
Okay. And okay.
We're looking for something.
Shocking. So you need to get in. Presumably you don't have an invitation. This is about the thing from last night.
This is about what
Yeah.
we talked about last night, yes.
All right. So you probably don't want to go into the front door because if you go into the front, a bunch of feds gonna see you. They like
Right.
to ask questions. So
So I was wondering if either you'd be willing to go in with me, or if you could help me get some materials to be able to do it without you.
Preferably both.
And
I-
time is of
Preferably.
the essence.
I can
Hold
throw
on.
in a nominal fee to help pay for the extra materials.
okay, you have to tell me what nominal it looks like and also what that means. But yeah, a little bit of cash could get us some gear faster. I think if I'm with you, and they find us, they're gonna look at you and say, well, that's a little strange. What's she doing here? And they're gonna look at me and say that guy belongs in jail. Usually how it goes. So
Well, then
I'll
don't
do
get
it.
caught.
I see why you keep her around. Clearly the clever one.
I had just assumed that you were one of the better thieves. Obviously, Echo is the greatest thief. I suppose in Europe, but we're in America, so transcontinental.
Someone has to come in second. There's no shame to it.
Did they? Leans over to Echo. They know I'm shit at this, right?
You at least know your way around better than they do.
You ain't wrong about that. All right, so you talk to my girl, we straighten things out, and then I'll get you some, I don't know, rope, some climbing equipment. Maybe we go up the outside, or there might be some-
Unfortunately, darling, time is of the essence, so perhaps we will speak with her while you're climbing.
Well, we can speak with her while he's getting the thing.
Sure.
Rope would be nice.
There's some information about how we will need. Makes talking to someone a little bit easier if you've got some idea of what exactly they're like.
Oh yeah, she's just she's great. She's real strong, real pretty. Just a really nice person.
Do you have a fucking name?
Yeah, Maggie. Just talk to Maggie. And I've been trying to give her a little blood. Like every night. So hopefully she won't do the whole makes like claw hands.
Make
Understood.
her job easier.
How many of Maggie's friends have you met?
3.
Anyone named Benny?
I don't recall a. Make me wits and investigation, please.
Okay. I'm assuming I get my desperation dice for this.
Yeah, as you roll to find out what he knows, or to determine what he knows. Turns out that this.
6 successes? That's a critical.
So I didn't intend when I made Snake for him to be a font of information. But apparently the fact that nobody respects him means they'll tell him anything.
Damn.
Fantastic.
He was a part of Echo's crew for a reason.
Yeah, let's not say he's the smart one, but he appears to be the informed one. She did talk about a guy. Actually, it was something to do with the EL building. He had there was a group of them. They did not like this group, her and her friends. but they said they had a guy, a ghoul, I think you call it, who worked at the insurance company and was moving people around. I was kind of distracted at the time because she was like talking to her friends, and then she'd lean over and then like feed a little bit, and it was great. And then we talk a little more.
Snake.
What?
More information, less details.
I'm telling you, I was distracted, okay? I was there.
You could have left it at that.
Do they ever talk about California at all?
Yeah, something about Benny, how he was headed out west to push the business, and they were glad that they had been able to push him out of New York.
So she did not like Benny.
Oh no, they wanted him dead. They were like, gone is okay, dead would have been better.
Well, Snake the Lady, today may be your lucky day.
I mean, he looks around at all of you a little lustfully.
Not that kind of lucky.
Snake, if you ever want to use yours again, you will shut your face up.
I was asked for information. That's what I've been giving you.
Right,
The point I was getting ready to make is that, and she will gesture at herself, you were looking at the woman who killed Benny.
She'll be happy to hear that, I guess.
Might give us a good place to start off with. Why don't you give him a list of things you think you'll need? We'll send him off on his errand. I will provide funds, of course. And then we'll go find somewhere nice and dark and quiet to have a conversation with Maggie.
Sounds good. I won't really need all that much.
Let's do that conversation first. You and Snake planning out how to get in.
Hell yeah.
So, I got some thoughts, but my plans have a tendency to fail. So what have you got first?
Well, I'm with you on going in through the top, which means we'll need a rope, or the docks, and maybe some. I have any big hooks that we could potentially repurpose.
And we could do a grappling. We want people to not ask questions about a grappling hook in the middle of the day. Maybe we get some overalls. Say we're like window cleaners or something.
Yeah, that could work. A bit of disguise work. Help us blend in a bit.
Yeah.
In that case, we might need a bit more window cleaning equipment and ways to carry it.
Sure. There might also be interior stairs are probably a little visible. Like somebody'd see us going up.
Oh, it's got an elevator.
It's got a what now? Oh, dang. Oh, okay. Well, that would be... I mean, that's a big hole through the middle of the building. Usually you got a bunch of pipes in there. You don't gotta go around a bunch of pipes. And we're sure we can't just, like, go in and say we got business. I mean, the insurance company is there. Like, maybe this elevator thing has got a lock on it so it can only go where it's supposed to go, but I don't know, could you beat a lock like that?
Can't say for certain. I've never really seen one or dealt with one.
Yeah. Rope's probably
I could figure it out, but rope would be easier. So if we can just get in the elevator shaft, I'm sure we could figure out a way to get up from there, or through there. So then we'd have to figure out how to get things open and actually get into places.
So we can't do that from the basement or the ground floor, right? Because somebody'd see us. And
Certainly not the ground floor. The basement maybe, but
then we're under the elevator, right? Like we got to get to the top floor. If there's an elevator in the elevator shaft, we got to get on top of that. Which means going up to another floor and then sending it down and getting on top of it.
I do think just climbing up the outside will be easier if we can just get away with the line of we're supposed to be here. We're doing some kind of maintenance or cleaning windows or something.
Yeah, but if they don't buy that, then SOL, right? It's like, hey, who's these fools climbing the outside of my building? And then, like we used to say, the timer starts. Cops are coming. Whereas, how about this? I know a guy who knows a guy who can get us some uniforms and some gear. And if we gotta figure something else out, we'll do that.
Yeah, we have to figure something else out. I can figure something else out once we're in there. Once I know what exactly we're dealing with.
All right. And this thing you guys are after, it's, is it makes a hand sign of money? Or is it makes a hand sign of spooky?
You remember what happened a couple of years ago? Remember that thing that got let out?
Oh.
You remember how we put it in a book?
He goes, pale as a sheet.
You understand why we're trying to be quick about it, yeah?
You should have said something sooner. How long do we have?
No idea. We unfortunately know about as much as we did last night.
Assume not long, and Sloan will,
You guys are downstairs.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were still up there.
No, this is Snake and Echo having a conversation about the job while you guys go deal with the vampire.
My bad, sorry.
All right.
Ideally by tonight.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna need another drink and then I'm on it.
Sounds good.
Never mind.
What is it?
Tell Mags I said hi, Just, I'm thinking about her.
Do that as long as she's not trying to kill us.
Doesn't try to. All right, I'm going. And he takes off into the mid-morning. Meanwhile, you guys have hauled a pretty hefty steamer trunk. Give me strength and athletics to try and get it down the stairs safely. Probably Raven.
Yep, strength and athletics. 1 second.
I'm
Can we
supervising.
I was like, can we assume that we are helping and so she gets like a die from us?
Do either of you have a strength higher than 2?
No.
Cool.
I'm
so you help.
supervising.
You help, no extra
Strength
dice.
Of 2?
I am going to reroll 3.
3 successes is enough. You do not drop the torpid vampire in a box on her head.
Small successes.
Yep. Yeah, you can drag her a little further back past the passed out people. There's like a couple of, you go through a door past the opium den, and there's like a tunnel here. Brick walls going a ways.
Well, this is convenient.
Probably Echo would know that these are very convenient for Shanghaiing. Yeah, what do you do?
Right,
We didn't
well,
happen to be given keys for the giant locks on this box, did we?
Yeah, you would have been.
Okay. Thank God.
Snake passed them over once he realized you guys were serious.
the nice thing about these creatures is that they don't love being awake in the day, even if it's dark out. So we have the advantage. I guess. We're just going to throw the case open, the thing open.
Well, we should probably play a little bit smarter and have sunlight near at least, in a way to trap her.
Oh, just fire.
That works too, though could draw attention.
Don't
Well,
think
doing it somewhere with sunlight means we are going to be close to where people can see. We are next to an opium den. Trust me, they're not going to ask any more questions, and they absolutely have to.
Does tend to be how things go wrong. Though, I will point out there are other issues with fire in a place like this.
Yes, well, there's no perfect option.
Ideally,
So
we won't need any of that.
And having fire at the moment might not make for a very reasonable vampire.
Sloan will get like a lantern from the den, but we'll set it like a decent little bit away, so it's there for light, but it's not so close that it's likely to trigger a panic response.
Give me a wits and occult to determine what a good range for that would be.
Okay.
Currently, you guys have this trunk in this dank underground tunnel and are having to sort of stand to the sides so that light can hit it from the door to the opium den and down the tunnel further and not completely cloak it in your own shadows.
6 successes.
What the fuck, BP?
Cool. 6 successes on 5 dice. BP, I think Sloan just might be your new character. Long term.
Right?
She is my character, OT.
Yeah.
Ever.
Right. This might be the one you were meant for. Yeah, you're all set up. You even put one at the other end of the hall, so no matter which way she runs, she's running towards a light.
All right, wake her up.
Who wants to do the honors?
Do it.
All right. 3 keys into 3 locks, and they fall away. You throw open the chest itself. There is a woman, roughly maybe a little bit, a year or 2 older than Snake. She has curly red hair and is wearing a nice dress, darker colors. Also, she is super dead, and there's a piece of wood in her chest.
Well, someone's going to eventually have to pull the wood.
Right, get into that. You kind of pull her out of the box.
Cool.
And
she has been somewhat folded over, like her feet are up by her ears. So you
cool.
Yeah, so you unfold her, get her out of the box, prop her up a little bit.
And we want them to reconcile.
No, we said we'd try.
All right, I just wanted to establish realistic goals here.
Ideally, what's going to happen is we're going to convince her not to kill him, and we'll go from there.
All right, if we must.
Also, I get some information from her. It seems like she might have something that'll be helpful for Sloan.
Right.
Arguably, that's more important.
Absolutely. Do the thing.
I will overspeak.
All right. Feels like if you've ever pulled a piece of wood out of like a burn pile in the dry season, and as soon as you do, skin starts to develop color, eyes begin to focus. You'd swear even her hair gets a little redder, and there's a hiss and then blinking. Ah, what the devil?
Hello, Maggie.
The fuck are you?
Friends.
Friends of
Yours. From the looks of it, we got you out of that trunk.
blood.
And I come bearing good news about extenuating circumstances.
Humans? You're humans.
Yes.
More or less.
If you're worried that you're going to have to deal with us to prevent any situations, don't worry. You're not the first, you won't be the last.
Somebody make a persuasion check to get her, because you were absolutely correct, Echo. She's assessing this as like, yep, humans that clearly know I'm a vampire need to die.
I hate to ask. Well, okay, two things. One, the first, would my perfume count? And two, I have unseemly aura.
That's right. Two of you have unseemly aura.
Oh, that's true. We only two of us are humans.
Yeah.
In which case, I'm going to make this a much easier roll. So
does my perfume count?
Yeah. You apply it?
I pretty much put it on every morning. I'm an idiot.
Cool. Roll for that, please.
God damn
Your
it.
willpower.
No, I know. 1 second. 2 successes.
Cool. Very cool. Yeah, your perfume applies as she looks around at the four of you. So who's going to roll persuasion?
I'm assuming the person that just put her perfume on.
I've got 7 with the perfume. BP, what do you have with being hot?
If it's charisma, I have 6 with the hot dice. If it is manipulation, I have 7.
I'm at 8 with manipulation and 7 with charisma.
All right.
I guess it's OT. Is it manipulation or charisma?
Are you trying to befriend her or convince her that you're being her friend?
The latter.
Manipulation.
6 successes.
She looks at you. You should have your cool take a step back. Or I need to feed.
You'll get there. First you have to answer some questions.
I didn't. I ask.
Well, what can you tell me about Benny and his lot?
I think she glances over at Raven. Does your ghoul speak for you?
I will kind of shoot Raven. Go ahead, look.
She speaks well enough.
You're
Would
not.
do well to answer a question.
Benny, you work for him.
No.
Are you with that poxer fuck?
No. I killed him. Unfortunately, I had to do so before I got any information out of him.
You're not local, none of you. You're
Nope.
not New York kindred. You been to Elysium?
No.
Interlopers.
We're just passing through.
Interlopers with questions.
Yes, are you new here?
No. I've been in New York for 20 odd years. I don't. Fucking snake. Slimy little bastard.
We will get out of your hair as soon as the questions are answered. And then, of course, just a brief request, really.
What do you know about Benny and his type?
Cool. I'd have Sloan make me a charisma persuasion check because you said you killed him. Just gotta make her believe it.
I was like, I did kill him.
Yeah, but does she believe you?
Does she think I'm pretty?
You're not her type.
We met the single straightest person in the game.
Straight bitches, I see.
Oh my god.
She has a type. Maybe you're just
this.
not slimy enough.
Hey, Sloan, have you considered being a shittier person?
What I'm hearing is I need to get.
Do I get any kind of bonuses from having these people around me?
Does she think I'm pretty?
Again, none of you are her type.
I mean, I was asking more because she thinks at least 2 of us are some sort of supernatural.
That's kind of what got you this far.
That's fine.
Let's give you an extra dice because it's true.
Okay.
Also, you can use your
I was like, does this count as gathering information?
Seeking information, absolutely it does, yes.
Oof, I'm gonna reroll.
Yeah, 2 successes turns into...
That's a 7.
Fucking 7.
It's another fucking critical.
Jesus.
Hey, guess what? If this works, this might also get me my aggravated willpower to pack.
Benny. That fucker. You want to know about him?
I do. His friends nearly killed me, and then he tried to kill me, and let's just say I hold a grudge.
Where did this happen?
His friends nearly killed me in San Francisco, and he tried to kill me on a boat between there and China.
That makes sense. He was headed that way for a medicinal trade. He works with... I thought you were with his people. That's what I called you, a poxer.
Worship
the
disease, yeah?
That's right. They see it as a gift that we're all headed for rot anyway, and by encouraging it in the dead and the living, they move us closer to the inevitable, I think. Fucking creeps. Weirdos, the lot of them. But they've also killed some of us, so they're not particularly popular. You won't find them at Elysium, you won't find them... I don't think you'll find many of them in New York, although possible some haven't left yet. They did go west.
Are we talking New York the city, or are we talking New York the state? Because there's not a big difference in space.
Inclines her head in thought. That depends on the reach of the prince. If he's... and how long I've been out, I suppose.
What was the last date you were aware of?
She gives you a date. It's been about 3 weeks.
You've been out for 3 weeks, give or take.
This could be worse.
Could be. Remind me who the prince is of the area.
Prince? So you haven't... Right, you haven't been to Elysium.
Yes, remember interlopers.
You're looking for a Prince Pembroke. Philip Pembroke.
Fascinating.
If you really want to stay around, you'll need his approval and that of his sire role. If you killed Benny, you've earned a little bit of favor around here. He was not a popular fellow. I can try to make an introduction.
Perhaps later. You'll probably hate us after this our last bit of conversation. Sloan, did you have more questions?
It'll have to be later, because unless I'm mistaken... Wait, you're looking pretty chipper for being up during the day.
Some of us have that ability, yes.
Manipulation, subterfuge. Straight up lie.
She's not lying. She's just not a vampire.
You're trying to cover for being a vampire who is up and active during the day.
Fine. Yeah, calling them thin bloods is not going to help the situation.
They also weren't a thing at this time period, guys.
Yeah, the generations haven't gone that far.
Were the Jiangshi that Raven worked with poxers?
I'm gonna say they were not.
Okay.
Is 6 enough for her to assume I'm just a really weird corridor?
On 6, she might still be suspicious, but also she's awake during the day, so it's like, do I have the mental energy to interrogate that right now? No. Right. Ask away, Sloan.
Sorry. Goodness, what was the last thing that got asked? I got interrupted and I lost my train of questions.
You know Benny is not popular around here, that the poxers have all headed west.
Right.
Or mostly headed west.
I would like to describe the pretty woman from the birdcage. And I don't think I ever got to see the man before he caught on fire, so see if she knows who that was.
Yeah, the man she doesn't recognize. The woman, there might have been a few. There's a sort of healing retreat up north of here. It's supposed to be a spring. The water is said to have properties. Never really proved it was a poxer spot, but it could be.
And did Benny and his... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Might be a place to look.
Did Benny and his friends have any dealings with a local, clearly not on the up and up insurance company? Equitable Life or some such?
Aye, it was practically their base of operations.
Good to know.
A lot of his business got cut out when he had to leave town, but...
Wow.
3 weeks, you say? There might be something there.
Good to know.
Pembroke wanted it over and covered up. He didn't like having corrupted vampires around. They thought it was made him look bad to the... Yes, bad look to the Europeans.
Good to know. One more question. Do you have any idea why they might have had an interest in a grudge against a man named John Holliday?
Are you talking about the hunter?
Didn't know he was a hunter. Knew he was a mage.
You don't know. I think she's again gonna look around. Yeah, give me your manipulation and subterfuge.
I didn't know he was a hunter.
I know. But she's
this is to
confused by that.
Okay. Good to know. Okay. I was just like, but I'm not lying. I don't understand.
She's scrutinizing you because that is a thing that you should probably have known.
Okay.
Especially with your accent.
Okay.
You have revealed that you didn't have information she would expect you to have.
4 successes?
All right. Yes. A mage and a hunter. And if they have a grudge against him more than any other kindred, it's probably because he got in their business. He had a way of doing that. A knack. Sort of right place, wrong time.
Yeah, I've heard that story.
Can't say I'm sad he was gone. There's a lot of good kindred in the ground because of him. His fucking friends.
Well, there's I tend to live a part of my life by the rule, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So if there's anything else you can tell me, you can consider me a friend, because they're my enemies too. I take it personal when people try to kill me.
Right.
I might also be able to get you a snack if you promise not to kill it.
That would be pleasant. I think you'd want to confirm this too, but they used to talk like they had roots in the early sort of conquest of the West. I imagine, have you heard about pox blankets?
I have.
I think that's, some of them like to imply it was their connection.
Good to know.
Thought it was just a way to raise their reputation. We've been around forever, but could be true.
She'll nod a little bit.
Now I'm smelling a couple of humans in that next room.
Yes. And I am willing to go get one for you if you can promise not to kill them.
I don't think I can promise that honestly, but I'll do my best.
And there's one more thing she'd like to talk to you about, and she will nod to Aylin.
I hate that this is my job.
Out of character, you're better at the persuasion thing than I am. That's the only reason I'm leaving it on you.
No, I know. Snake is still smitten with you.
I imagine.
He wants to know if you would give him another chance.
Or at the very least, promise not to kill it.
Yes, mostly the not killing thing.
Make a roll.
What a great time for me to have terrible luck.
No, don't do that.
This manipulation subterfuge.
Manipulation, subterfuge, or charisma persuasion.
It's the same pool.
Yeah, some combination thereof. That's just a slash. You have to also add a number.
What? Yeah, you need to tell how much to roll.
Oh no, 3 successes.
You gonna let that stand?
Yes, actually. All I said is that I would try. I'm not wasting my willpower on Snake Delaney, not when I have aggravated willpower damage.
He has been incredibly useful to us.
Are you kidding me?
Gang, if she doesn't agree not to kill him, then I am legally required to try and kill her.
I'm going to re-roll. I refuse to be bullied like this, but I'm gonna re-roll.
You don't have to. It's fine. I'm fine trying to kill her.
Would not be challenging.
5 successes, bitch.
Okay, what do you add on to persuade her as she's like clearly thinking about it?
Consider it a long-term food source.
There's that.
He's slimy,
like
but he is useful.
It's not like he's uncharming in his own special way.
Terrible people often are the most exciting.
It's a relief, you know. All the kindred I know are like so self-serious and just trapped in their damned ways. And Snake is funny. Like he doesn't care.
What good is living forever if you're not going to have fun doing it?
Right. Sort of why I haven't turned him into a ghoul. I don't want him to be like me.
Well, the way to keep him around then is unfortunately to be kind to him, or at least entertain him.
Oh, he's more likely to stick around if I'm a little mean.
Listen,
doesn't like it when people are nice to him.
Clearly.
But I'll talk to him. Besides, it's not like I picks up the stake. It's like I didn't have this coming a little bit.
Once it's clear that she's not going to haul off and try to murder somebody, and she's agreed not to try and murder Snake, I'm going to step into the opium den.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to find one of the people who looks kind of far gone, preferably out of the view of... I don't know if the guy at the desk is awake or not.
Nope.
Oh, good. Then I'm going to find one of the ones who's high as a fucking kite and see if they would like enough money for, another hit or two.
The highest person here cannot respond to that question.
Okay, the second highest person.
Yeah, they'll take some cash in exchange for whatever it is you're suggesting.
Excellent. I will make sure that they get another hit so that they are cut out of it, and then I will haul them with me back out into the tunnel.
All right, Maggie gets her chance to feed. Let's roll real quick to see if she gets addicted to opium.
I mean, I'm...
She does.
You know whose problem that sounds like? Not ours.
Yeah. She thanks you and is like, as long as if there's nothing else, I should sleep.
You'll want to stay in the tunnel, I'm afraid. It is daylight outside.
Won't be a problem. She lays down on the dirt floor and dissolves into dirt.
Oh, fantastic. She's Zavitsi. Great.
Horrifying.
I was thinking gangrel, but...
Well, I guess.
Earth
And
mouse.
Sloan wouldn't know the difference anyway.
Either way,
Yeah, I don't know if you know what the clans are called.
Oh no, that was an out-of-character exclamation because IPP am intimately familiar. I'm sorry.
Fair enough. Cool.
Right. Well, there's that done.
OT?
Yep.
Did that count as making progress towards my ambition?
Oh, yeah.
So I get my aggravated willpower back?
You know what they're called, what they want, more or less, and have 2, maybe 3 places to look for them. Absolutely, that's worth a healed willpower.
Excellent. 1 spent. Perfect. Okay. Well, let's go see if your friend is awake. Or, not awake, back.
I guess we'll head back upstairs.
Yep, Snake is coming in with several uniforms and buckets and, like, squeegees, bunch of cloths. He's like, all right, we ready?
I think so. We just finished up with Maggie, and nobody
fills his
is
eyes.
dead or will be dead in the near future.
So she wants to talk?
She is willing to keep you around.
Let's go get these guys.
She
Thank
thinks
you.
you're charming. Don't fuck it up.
Actually, she thinks you're awful.
And she will surely use a boot, at least once or twice.
I
Raven.
don't care. Let's just get to it. I'm so happy I've ran into you guys. This rocks. And that's where we'll take our break.
Thank you for listening to The Great Game. If you enjoyed this story, please make sure to subscribe and review wherever you're listening to your podcast. You can find more of our actual plays on our website at www.hallowedhavenstudios.com. Please consider supporting us on Patreon at patreon.com/hallowedhavenstudios. Your support makes more stories like this possible.
Welcome back. Is that a good distance from the mic?
No!
Yes. Awful.
All
Why
right.
the fuck would you do that?
Takes about an hour to get back downtown with your criminal accoutrement and accomplice. Snake is over the moon that he's going to have another chance with Maggie. And frankly, he's happy to tell you guys about all the lovely things in their relationship. You can all do your best not to hear them if that is what you want.
How many times do I have to tell him to shut the fuck up?
6 or 7.
At least that many, because Sloan is going to keep asking
Sure.
questions.
I listen, I'm kind of here for this.
Yeah, they've been carrying on this romance for the better part of 8 months. Before that, he was sort of lowlife doing crime, and now he is a successful lowlife doing crime because he's met some people. There are things that vampires need done that they don't want their fingers on. So he's been doing crimes, some for himself and some for people who need something done in the daytime.
You just like being used by vampires.
It's a living.
Echo, the less you think about it, the better, probably.
Some people just like to be used.
We don't have to roleplay this, but Sloan is going to try to take the opportunity to, use the conversation as a way to, help his natural confidence. Because someone who is confident in themselves is a little less likely to get anxious and nervy and fuck up. I am effectively trying to make sure that this boy goes into this with willpower. Mechanically, that's what I'm aiming for.
Yeah, give me charisma and persuasion to build him up. And depending on how good you roll, you may also learn things Sloan didn't previously know about vampires.
Do I get my desperation dice then?
Since that wasn't your goal, I'll allow it. More hits are more fun.
Okay. Charisma, persuasion, and we know he finds me pretty. And 7 successes, that's a critical.
God damn it.
Absolute fuck.
He's on top of the world, and he gets to do his 3 favorite things. Talk about his girl, explain stuff to a woman, and look cool.
I think it is clear to everybody who is watching, Sloan is very good at what she does. She is a smooth operator.
Yeah, you get to learn. He mentions some things in a hushed tone because you guys are in public and he knows not to talk about other stuff in public. But he confesses that the staking was the result of an argument where she kind of tried to kick his ass. Like, they'd slapped each other a few times, but she brought out the claws and he wasn't sure she was in control.
So she deserved it.
Like, it's an open question as to whether that was self-defense.
I mean, she did kind of say she thought she kind of deserved it on some level, so...
Yeah. You also learned that most kindred, while they enjoy feeding, and certainly the person they're feeding on usually does, Maggie is among the rare few who practice traditional intimacy, and not all of her friends are comfortable with that, which is why she's probably pretty happy to have people around who don't mind. And maybe also the reason she didn't make him a ghoul, because then it gets weird.
Yeah, that's fair. Strips away any chance of, true enthusiastic consent.
Mm-hmm. I think near the end of the conversation, he let slip that she's only been a vampire for, her time in New York plus 5 years, making a woman who looks late 20s, not yet 60.
Okay.
All right, and then you guys make it into downtown. Head over to the building in question. You can grab some lunch real quick because you've gained some new information about this building. Do you want to refine the plan at a private table?
It's an echo question.
No, I think the plan, realistically, the plan being about where it's at is probably good because things are going to go wrong because they always do.
Fair. The thing that might... Yeah. Go ahead.
Just as long as there's a way to signal so that we can try to save your ass the last minute, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, if over planning is going to be bad.
Yeah, I only ask because Sloan, you learned that the insurance company that is headquartered here is connected to the Poxers.
Yeah, but I don't know what to do with that. Obviously, Sloan will point it out.
Of terrorism.
Sloan will point it out, but she doesn't I don't know what that would change in the plan except to make them more aware of it, I guess.
Intelligence plus investigation.
Okay, this is not my greatest die pool, but I'll try. 3.
If this was, as Maggie claimed, a center of Poxer activity, there's probably archived records that would indicate their activity. Whether you could find those among all of their archived records, who knows? But
well, then I will point it out and say that if they have the opportunity to see what they could do, but do not risk blowing their cover or getting caught just to do it. We can always come back later.
Mm-hmm.
I'll also say we get the book kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. The book is the first priority, but if you happen to find the records and think you can get to them quickly and quietly, then go for it.
I'll also say on 3 successes, while a Secret Service black site, effectively, is certainly not open to the public, an insurance office would be.
That's true. You guys can go in there and at least get some idea of what's going on in the place.
I suppose. I've got enough money I can go in and pretend that I'm there to buy a policy. I'd really rather not role play out having to talk about a life insurance policy, but yeah, sure. Sloan will go in and she'll have Raven and Aylin. Do we want to risk Aylin going in because they might know her face if they've got people undercover who were part of the task force?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I can just sit outside. It's fine.
Okay. Sloan will go in and talk policy, and I guess Raven can come with her, and Aylin can be nearby.
I'll find a cafe and I'll just hang out by myself. Nothing will go wrong.
I was about to say I'm very concerned about
That or we leave Raven with her, and I go in alone.
It's midday. It's midday. No one's going to no one's gonna bother me.
I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about what you're going to get into.
I don't think I'm gonna do anything. I think, if anything, I might spend some time with my ghosts.
Yeah, I think leaving Aylin alone would be okay this one time.
Okay. Okay. We'll trust you this one time.
Leave me with the car, please.
No.
I will crash it.
Love this. Okay, so Sloan and Raven going to the insurance office, Aylin outside talking to ghosts, and
I'm gonna find a cafe to hang out at.
sweet. Half a block away with a clear view of the front door.
Yes.
And
It's
Echo
a
and
newspaper,
Snake.
why not?
Sweet, yeah. You can start reading up on recent events. Let's start with Team B&E.
Right.
First things first, what should we roll for a disguise? It's attemptable without any penalty because you have the outfits.
Unfortunately, probably performance.
I was thinking just to
Try
get
and
the
actually-
fit looking right. Something like intelligence and I'd accept larceny, maybe. Subterfuge.
Don't you have craft? Isn't that like one of your
Oh,
things?
craft. Yeah,
Craft,
absolutely.
Yeah. That is one of the things that Echo actually does. It's weird.
Absolutely.
I'd love to use desperation on this.
You may. You're gonna have your desperation dice until this heist is over.
Makes sense. Desperation is at 2. Surely this won't end in me going into despair. God fucking damn it!
Why would you say that?
I
would you say that?
I already was in the process of saying it. Anyway, it's my turn to overreach.
All right, danger goes up. We're at danger 6.
Yep, we're back
Cool.
at 6.
Wild.
Cool. You're
now.
getting into this outfit. I think you have the realization as you're getting dressed. Oh, I need to not look like a woman because
Yeah, that's
this is very traditionally men's work.
Yep.
So we're going bandana, all the hair is hidden. We're going like keep the clothes loose, hide everything.
Yep.
And then as you're headed over, and the danger goes up, you see 2 carriages pass you in the road. Both of you and Snake have to like stop as 4 guys in crisp suits and long coats get out, all black, and are followed by 6 local policemen into the building.
Well, good news. I think we have the right place.
Snake gives you like a, well, it wasn't gonna be easy.
At least we have the right place in it, for sure.
Yeah, I guess that's something. Right side or left?
Left.
Okay. In order to set the hooks, you're gonna need to like throw them up, go, and then throw them again. 7-story building, you can't just get them right to the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a roll to start climbing.
All right. Is that gonna be strength athletic?
I'd accept strength or dexterity.
I would love to use dexterity.
All right, gang.
How badly do I feel like gambling?
Do it.
I do have a
All
question.
in.
I do have a question before you roll. OT.
Mhm.
We are trying to break into a building that we know have people that we would really rather avoid inside, and potentially even connections to dangerous vampires. Did you say our desperation is above 2 by now?
I was gonna save that for when you were caught, or if you were caught.
Right. So.
Okay.
I'll allow it.
All right.
I think the arrival of the police, yeah, you know that there's vampiric activity aside from the scary federal goons you were currently attempting to bamboozle.
All right, gang. So we're
Yeah,
up to
let's
3.
take it up to 3.
All right, gang. 7.
7 fucking hits. This is gonna be easy. You're pretty sure as you begin scaling this building, Snake right behind you, that you could have done this without the rope. The decor is correct. Square pillars at the bottom aren't easy to climb, but once you're past those, all these pillars are rounded with like indentations, sort of a marble look, and you can get your fingers in there and just shimmy. You don't even have to cross in front of the windows. You can just head right up between them. Do also make a stealth check.
Gladly.
I'm lowering the difficulty in my mind considering how good that climb was.
Yeah.
I'm also not going to make you roll multiple times to climb. That was enough for the building.
Oh, okay. I can live with 5.
Cool. 3 would have been close. 5, no problem. You're a city worker. You're doing some work. Somebody glances up, sees you, and is like, whatever, on you go. You and Snake make it to the roof. Got sort of there's actually like a space here, like a seating area. Looks like a empty bottle of booze from where somebody probably had a deep conversation some nights ago, or was alone drinking on the roof.
Well, that's the easy part.
Yeah, I think those, how long do you think those feds are going to be in the building? Should we, like, wait them out?
I doubt that's going to be an option.
Okay.
Ready?
I was born ready.
The fuck you were. In we go. Try and find, presumably there's roof access, given there's a seating area up here.
Yeah, door is locked. Go ahead and lockpick for me.
Okay. That will be the last time I use danger tonight.
Another desperation.
But I will take the 6.
Danger goes up to 7. Okay. You are in. Meanwhile, downstairs, Sloan.
Yes.
You walk into this grand building. Clear time and effort were put into the architecture. Make it nice double-storied first story. Paintings on the ceiling, high pillars. It's a grand place meant to evoke something.
Aw.
Yeah.
Aww. Wait, sorry.
Not that kind of awe.
There is a reception desk.
Make my way over. Really don't want to roleplay having to talk about insurance, OT.
Well, how are you going to get up onto the next floor as they ask your business?
Well, it is the home of an insurance company, so I presume I'm going to go over and hello, I'm here to talk to someone about potentially purchasing a life insurance policy.
See, do you have an appointment?
I do not, unfortunately. I'm only in town on a short amount of time, and you all came highly recommended by a friend.
Oh, I see. Yeah, give me a charisma check.
Okay.
Plus persuasion as you play up you're trying to make yourself seem like a desirable client.
Trying to think of how I would do this. Sorry, somebody is yelling at me from the other room.
Wonder who that could be.
I would like to kind of like lean my hands up on like the counter around her like desk to let her see like that really nice jeweled ring. And the obviously very well cut new clothing and things like that. As I'm having this conversation, make it clear that I am wealthy and important. Charisma, persuasion.
Yes, please.
Does she think I'm pretty?
Nope.
God damn it.
Sorry, there be straight people out here.
I'll reroll failures. 4.
Straights in my World of Darkness game? Never.
They're the supernatural creatures, after all.
Yeah, what did you say your name was?
Sloan McCarthy.
Oh. Welcome, Miss McCarthy. Yes, I believe we can, just give me a moment. She writes a little something down, puts it in a tube next to her desk, and you hear a boop.
Thank you so much.
Be able to go right up.
And that's, this way, and I'll kind of point, to where I...
Oh, yes, just back here.
I actually want to purposefully point in the wrong direction, so I make myself look like an easy mark.
Okay.
I'm making myself look like a dumb lady, rich and stupid.
Cool. Manipulation, persuasion, manipulation, subterfuge.
Excellent. 3.
Cool. Oh no, it's see, this is an elevator right over this way. Yes. Just get in and hit the button on with 2 written on it.
Oh, thank you very much.
Absolutely.
And I will give her just the widest, sweetest smile and head for the elevator.
Cool. Up on the 2nd floor, you're greeted by bustling business and a young man with a very clean haircut. Good morning, Mrs.
Just Miss
McCarthy?
McCarthy, yes.
Ms. I see. And you're interested in purchasing for yourself?
I am. See, my daddy passed away recently, and well, he didn't have a policy, and a friend of mine told me I should come and talk to y'all, so...
I'm so sorry for your loss. Absolutely. come into my office. And you, ma'am? Glancing over at Raven.
She is, my security.
Well, perhaps you'd like a coffee or something.
Black, if you have it, please.
Absolutely. Ron? Could we get Miss
Jenny. Her name is Jenny.
Miss Jenny coffee? Absolutely, sure. This is an opportunity, Raven, for you two to split up, so should you so desire.
He's going to look over at Miss McCarthy for a hint of whether she wants me to stay or go.
Sloan will kind of look at him and she'll give him one of those I'm trying to gauge if I am interested in this man kind of looks. And then she'll just sort of nod and give her a little dismissive wave like she is dismissing the help. Go on, you're dismissed.
She will give a very slight bow and then back out and enjoy some coffee. In quotes.
Cool. Yeah, you're led into a nice little office, view of the street, the bottom of somebody's foot leaving the top of the window. It's Snake. You see Snake's boots.
I figured. I just keep a sweet, oblivious smile on my face like I didn't see a thing.
And he's going to start talking at you about insurance.
And I am going to play up the I have no, I am just a dumb woman, please explain everything to me. There's a lot of, hair tucking and a lot of asking him to repeat himself and so on and so forth.
Cool. You can comfortably buy yourself 20 minutes before you even need to roll.
Excellent.
Raven, you are given a cup of coffee and left alone.
Oh, completely alone?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're unsupervised. Who would try to steal from them?
That is true. Did they put me in a waiting room or?
I think that there is a place where some people are sitting and having coffee or talking, but you're not bound to stay there. There's not a security guard present. Basically, you would have to go somewhere with a no entry sign before someone asked what you were doing.
Okay, then she's just going to meander around with her cup of coffee and see if she can't spot where the records are stored.
Wits and awareness.
That's a 3.
On 3, records are actually a fair number of them on the 3rd floor. Remember that this building is on the 2nd and 3rd. You also note, 3's decent. Yeah, I think you note an empty office with, I don't think we ever learned his last name, but there is a long empty office, and the guy who worked there, his first name was Benjamin.
Oh. Is anyone around?
It's a busy place.
Would I be able to sneak in undetected? Or would I have the hint that I could do that currently, or no?
It's possible you could slip in without anyone making it their problem. Unobserved, probably not.
I'm just gonna make a mental note of it and just probably sit as close as possible to the door and wait for a chance to slip in undetected.
Cool. The sign to the records room does point up the stairs. Cool.
If that's the case, then she'll probably go upstairs first to see where the records are.
All right. You head up, a lot quieter up here. There's 30 or 40 people in motion downstairs, in addition to those at their desks and talking. Up here, a dozen. There's a person at a desk in front of what's probably a locked door you'd have to get through. But beyond that, you get the sense that the records room itself is pretty unoccupied.
But the locked door is not the record room.
No, the locked door leads into the records room.
Oh, okay, got it.
Which is 2/3 of the floor.
And there's only one person at the desk?
That's correct.
Have high stealth. Would I be able to get past them into the room without them noticing, or are they sitting right in front of the door?
Their desk is pretty in front of the door.
Shit, okay.
If you wanted to sneak past them, there'd be a distraction involved. Looks like most people talk to this person.
Most people do what?
Most people talk.
Okay.
Reasonable to assume they also have the keys.
Yeah. And she's the only person there? Or he is?
She, older woman. And aside from a couple of people in the records room, yes, you can see them through that sort of opaque glass. Silhouettes moving around.
I really don't want to hurt an old woman. I'm going to go downstairs and see if I can't pick up a clipboard or something.
Yeah. Weird combination. We're gonna go wits plus larceny.
Wits plus larceny?
Yep. Find and take a thing of value and authority.
Where's larceny? Okay, there it is. 3.
3 successes, absolutely. Clipboard and Echo came in here wearing a disguise, so a little bit of disguise might help. Drop your cool jacket so you look less military, and steal somebody's glasses so you'll look a little more office-y.
Yeah, and she's familiar with things similar to this because she does have 2 in mask as well.
Absolutely.
And then she's going to go up to the person on the 2nd floor.
Hello? How can I help you?
Sorry, I'm new. I was sent up here to get some records.
Who sent you? Which office?
I don't recall his name. I'm so sorry. I'm very new.
Well, I don't want to send you back down there just to get somebody's name. You sure you don't remember anyone?
She's gonna look at the clipboard. Are there any names that stand out?
3 successes is decent.
Yeah, I'm assuming she just grabbed a clipboard from someone's desk.
I think the main name you've noted since you got here is Benjamin Foster. His last name is Foster, I've just decided.
Oh, right, Mr. Foster.
Oh, give me a manipulation and subterfuge roll, please.
I was gonna... I hate that. Yeah. Subterfuge and manipulation?
Yup.
I can't use my desperation, can I? Or can I?
Your desperation is combat, yes?
So it wouldn't count, yeah.
Not for talking, no.
1 success.
1 success on a single dice.
Yeah.
Well, do you know what you're looking for?
No, it was a report on an individual named McCarthy.
McCarthy.
I was supposed to see if she was ever in our records.
Well, for personnel files, you'll want to go all the way to the back corner, and then 2 rows this way, sort of all the way on the left wall there. She hands you a key.
She'll thank her profusely and walk in.
Don't thank me. If I catch you snooping around, there'll be hell to pay.
Oh, I would never. I need this job.
All right, and into the records room you go. Outside. Hey, Aylin.
Yeah.
What you doing?
Being good.
Sweet. Make me a wits and investigation check, please.
No.
Okay.
1 second.
We can just end the scene.
No, it's fine. I'll do it. Does my desperation count for this?
Yeah, if you wanted to.
I actually don't. I don't like how things are shaping up right now. 2 successes.
There's an article in the paper about several notable artists being involved in criminal activity. You recognize some names.
So it is just a conspiracy.
Particularly, who did we say you knew?
Sergeant.
John Singer Sargent, Frederick Remington, Robert Henry, and Augustus St. Gaudens are all under investigation and are all mages.
Did it list whether they were under arrest or anything, or just that they have been they're under suspicion?
This paper is more, look at this. This is public shaming that's happening here. They're not under arrest and not being charged with anything, but the fact that police went to their houses is scandalous.
Of course. Aylin continued, we'll keep reading through it, but it all seems to confirm what we've already known.
Yeah. Some of them have received support from certain personalities here in New York. Apparently Thomas Edison has been pretty outspoken against these blatant miscarriages of justice. There's also a quote from the police chief, who's apparently been working pretty hard at slapping down corruption. He's kind of a new figure named Theodore Roosevelt.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, New York Police Chief Theodore Roosevelt.
Right on. He's leading this charge, or he's working on the opposite side.
His quote is to the effect of, "We're looking into these allegations. Nothing has been confirmed one way or the other."
Well, it sounds like then he doesn't really know anything. So, all right.
For the record, there was a version of this whole New York adventure where you guys ended up working with him, and that's who I wanted Book to voice.
Wild.
No lie, he probably would have fucking loved that.
Yeah.
Theodore Roosevelt cop, I fully forgot.
For a year, ran a giant anti-corruption.
Yeah,
stint.
he was awesome actually as a police commissioner.
Yeah, that is what you have learned.
I'm just here being good.
Yeah. You don't hear any screaming, shattered glass, gunshots, explosions. There's no sense of magical violence. Anything you want to say or do with the ghosts? Anybody you want with you right now?
I will be, again, I'm sort of just picking through. We probably should have a little conversation about and like figure out if we can do anything about the whole them dying thing and me dying with them. But that feels like that feels like stuff that I need to talk to other mages about. And right now we can't do that.
Well, you know of 4 or 5 who would probably love someone to talk to right now.
Yeah, keeping the newspaper up, I think Aylin's gonna pop inside and check in with everyone.
Everyone's sort of going about their activities. Hard to tell if the making and drinking of tea has any effect one way or the other, but it clearly brings some of them comfort.
Actually, there is something I want to poke at. I hate that I'm gonna do this right now, but I do want to look.
Cool.
Can I find the memory with the trunk from the boat?
Yeah. Let's get, this is a fun one. Let's do wits and resolve. You can add your desperation.
I'm gonna make our danger worse just by just for my own curiosity, and I'm so sorry.
Don't apologize for making things interesting.
Whew. 5 successes.
Cool. Desperation is at 3. So if you could roll 1 more, please. Hey, it's not a 1.
1 more success.
6 successes. Yeah. What are you looking for?
Sorry, I'm trying to. I want to bring one of the mages with me and like look at the memory and specifically look at the perfume bottle again.
Who are you bringing?
The one I need doesn't speak English.
Yup.
Amanda, I think, or Evie. Let's go with Amanda. Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna bring Amanda.
Okay. So what do you need? What are we doing? How are you? This was very strange the other day. We were all pulled to the ground.
No, I know. That's why we're looking at this. And they're standing in the memory, it's really like them like watching the tape over again, but instead like they're standing in it.
Mm-hmm. This is you?
It was. The memory changes every time you recall it. That's just how memories work. But I don't know. I feel like there's something that has to do with our predicament and the perfume that I found.
This is the perfume that you use to be persuasive.
Yes, I find people are a little more amenable when you smell nice.
But it is more than that.
Yes.
This is a memory, but let's poke around. Actually, I'm going to make a suggestion.
Yes.
I'm good at using power. My husband is better at finding it.
I suppose, if you'd like to come.
One moment. She steps back, and her husband appears. Bonus points if you remember his name.
Lorenzo?
Lorenzo.
I'm double checking.
Sounds right.
Yes.
And so my wife said we are looking into a bottle of perfume.
That seems to have a connection to the fact that we're all dying.
And this is the perfume? This is a memory of the perfume.
This is a memory of the perfume, yes.
Right. It would likely be easier to examine the actual perfume at the time when we could do that. But I will see what I can do.
I mean, we can sit outside and look.
Let's start it. Go ahead and make me intelligence plus investigation plus your desperation plus 2.
Okay. Desperation's at 3?
Yes, it is.
Fuck me.
3 successes and failure on the desperation.
I would rather choose despair. I don't think that's worth it.
Reasonable conclusion, all things considered.
I mean, do y'all care if I make the danger go up even more? I feel like it's a bad idea considering all of you are inside.
This is personal opinion. I don't think 3 successes is worth making the danger go up to what we'd be at 8 at that point.
Yeah, I super don't think so. I'll just fail.
All right, you sink into despair. Lorenzo moves in the memory, and you see lines and threads begin to drift, things connected. He's trying to find where this comes from. And a piece of the thread pulls sideways. And suddenly you're not in the hold of a ship anymore. You're in your dressing room, and you're not alone. Someone's with you. Someone important. Someone you've been directed to talk to. And they're smiling and talking. It doesn't seem wrong, but it feels wrong. You know now leaving wasn't an option for this. They're gonna give you things, and they're gonna take something. And when you met that boy on the street, that silly magician, and left, when you, however briefly, turned from a performer intended for beauty to something of a criminal, you took this. You thought you took it because it was what you were owed. And now, as this shadowy figure whose face you cannot see regards you like an object, you took this because they wanted you to have it. And you have it because they still want you to have it. Whatever's pulling you and your ghosts down, it's because they want you down. And that is the despair. You are not free. It's possible you have never really been free. Meanwhile, upstairs. Actually, no. How does Aylin feel about that? And then we'll jump back.
Aylin, fully the fastest she's ever sprinted out of her domain, as soon as she can, just turns and runs, and as she's leaving, it is briefly this you get the flash of leaving Paris, leaving Anton, leaving the magician Anton, and then she's moving through other memories and leaving Sloan, and then having to say goodbye to Echo and Raven the first time, and then she's out of all of her memories and is sitting at this cafe waiting for people to come back by herself. And she just if she could curl and bring her knees to her or just in the chair, she would have. So instead she just sort of she calls over a waiter and asks for a glass of whiskey, and starts and just drinks and starts doing you see her start to do a little bit of math, tracing it out with her fingers. So she starts to wonder about how much funding she has if she has to leave again.
Okay, yeah. You couldn't leave that vision until it was over because Lorenzo was driving and he didn't know to let you go.
Oh, for sure.
But here you are, in the world, alone again. Meanwhile, upstairs, Echo, you're in.
Hell yeah.
You can slip down this staircase below the 7th floor, opens out in front of you, and you can hear movement and activity.
And I hear where that movement and activity seems to be coming from.
Wits and awareness, please.
Okay. 4.
4 is excellent. You are slow and methodical. You listen. How many footsteps are there? Who's talking? How many voices? You even get low so that you're seeing through the top of the door frame. You're looking at, looks like these offices were closed until pretty recently. Some furniture is still covered. There's still a fair amount of dust on some things. Maybe 30 people, among them those police officers and black-dressed men you saw earlier, as well as 20-ish individuals at desks going through books, going over paintings, microscopes, and bright lights, just checking things. With 4 hits, you would know that black binding anywhere. Maybe 5 desks into the room, not quite central, but not far off, is a young woman going through a pile of books, sifting and flipping pages and making notes. She's a stack next to her, and the next one is bound in black leather.
Okay.
For the record, I rolled dice to see how many hours you guys had. Well done so far.
Briefly turn to Snake. Right, good news. Found the book. Bad news, we need to hurry.
Yeah, given the rate at which she's working, you have 10 minutes tops.
You were gonna need a distraction of some kind.
How distracting?
Distracting enough to get her, and she'll kind of point to the desk, to stop whatever she's doing and go and look so I can grab the book.
Let me see here. Oh, we got this carpet here. And he takes out a knife. And I bet if we put some of it to flint and tinder, start a little fire, get people paying attention to that. Hard to start the fire in the room unless we can get in, start fire on one side, and then come in from the other.
Might be an option.
I could, there's another option, but I'd rather not do that.
What's your other option?
Well, I look like a cleaning guy, right? And I got this rope.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm outside the window, falling all over myself, imagine that would make some folks nervous.
It might be easier, but...
Not for me. I'm not gonna fall to my death in a fake fire.
Sure, but it's gonna take time, and we don't have time.
Okay, so you're gonna make me dangle myself outside a window?
No, we need to hurry, though.
Okay, let's try and start a fire. And unless you have a third option, have you guys roll to do that?
Yeah, I think we're gonna start a fire.
Cool. You're trying to create something that will burn with a lot of smoke and not right away, so you can put it in one place and then get away from it. Let's make this a crafting roll.
Hell yeah.
And I'm gonna give you, you definitely have your desperation for this, and I'll give you 2 extra because you've got Snake here, who also knows how to do this.
Hey, gang.
Impromptu smoke bomb.
Here we go. Time to make a smoke bomb. Actually, I don't need to ask you the difficulty for this because I can tell you because realistically I can use my edge for this.
Yep.
So there's difficulty 4. God fucking.
So that is 5 successes and a failure on the desperation die.
All right, gang.
Just do it. Just fucking do it.
All right.
What's the worst that could happen?
Everything, but it's fine.
So good news. It gets done in the equivalent of 2 turns.
Sweet. Plenty of time to make a smoke bomb. Now you gotta place it.
Yep.
Delaney's like, I'll go over there and light it. You go over here and be ready to grab the book when they look over there. Yeah?
Sounds like a plan.
Right. Hey, it's good to work with you again.
Agreed. Let's just hope this goes well.
Make a stealth check.
We're just gonna go ahead and, yeah.
Willpower for 6. All right. I'm gonna make a similar check for Snake. He's gonna sit at 3. You guys slip into the room. People are working. People are talking. The cops look like they are getting ready to head back out. Position yourself behind a desk. Overhear a little conversation. I'm just saying, this is the 5th one, and we found a lot of weird, but nothing clearly illegal. I mean, don't these guys usually keep a bunch of cash around or gold or something? Isn't that the way? Not always. Sometimes it's more complicated. Right, but how complicated? We've gone through half their stuff, and correct me if I'm wrong, but these specialists here haven't come up with anything. Well, do you want to stop kicking down rich folks' doors and grabbing what you can on the side? No, I'm just saying. All right then. You smell something? Smell something on fire? And people start looking up, standing, and directing their attention. 6 hits got you in position. I'm going to say to snag the book. She has moved barely across the aisle. You'll be within 3 feet of her if you want to go for this book now.
Yeah. We don't have time to wait, so.
Excellent. Roll it.
I will take 3, I guess.
Okay. You slip up behind her, and people are looking around. They're like, what's going on? Some are starting to head towards the stairs. You reach out, grab the book, pull it off the stack. You're holding it. You've got it. Then you hear, hey, who are you? Glancing around, you see one of the feds pointing right at Snake. Grab him! What would you like to do?
Fuck. Wait. Hold on. I need to go check the wording for all my shit.
Cool. Actually, while you do that, I think we'll go downstairs. Fair?
Yeah.
Cool. Sloan, you've been listening to this
Yes?
guy go on for about 10 minutes. You got another
Yes.
10 comfortably, or you can try to make a move.
You know what? I think for right now, I'm just gonna ride letting him continue to explain the most boring shit to me.
Cool.
Like I am fascinated and he is the smartest man I've ever met.
All right. Putting all your cards in the eggs in the raven basket.
There is very little that I can do if I get up and leave this room. I'm gonna out the fact that she's probably like I'm not stupid, and I know she's not stupid, so she's probably not where I left her.
Mm-hmm.
So if I leave, he's gonna know.
Yeah, you also don't get the sense that you could walk through this office without people looking at you.
Yeah, I garner attention. I get that.
Yeah, cool. Raven,
Yellow?
you're in the records room. There's 3 other people here, and they appear pretty focused on their work. You can go to the back corner as you were directed, or you can not.
Well, I am definitely going to make my way at first to the back corner.
Cool.
And
Yep.
when I make my
Me
way over
too.
there, okay, going to look through everything to see if I can find any accounts for, one second, any accounts for the name Holliday.
Okay. Give me wits or intelligence plus investigation.
Wits and intelligence or investigation?
Wits. Wits investigation or intelligence investigation.
Okay, got it.
Or you can replace investigation with doesn't matter. You got 4 successes.
Yeah, I got 4. You're good.
Cool.
Hot damn, girl.
Listen, anything with wits I can do.
Okay. Files on the Holliday family.
Yes.
I think Doc himself, not a guy with a lot of money by the end of his life. Maybe he had a policy at one point, but there are documents relating to him. A file, in fact. You want to go through the file here, or you want to snatch it?
I'm going to take a glance around to make sure no one is looking, first off.
There are people in here. I won't make you roll for the first file, but any more you will.
I will check the file, yes.
Okay. Glancing through, there are notes about him having certain medical conditions, the probability of them worsening, and several marked dates. Mentions of attempted treatment at facility, attempted treatment at other facility, move to location. Somebody was keeping an eye on him.
But it doesn't say the facility.
You know what? It would mention one. See if I can find in my notes. That place that the vampire mentioned before, the Healing Waters, he did try to go there.
Okay.
And it notes, Holliday encountered, suspicion avoided, agent able to administer additional substance.
Damn. Okay. And while I'm here, and I have the files open, going to grab a McCarthy folder.
Very interesting. I'm going to change the wording on that. It doesn't say additional substance. It says additional blessing.
Oh, gotcha. But yes, going to try and grab a McCarthy folder, or a folder labeled McCarthy, and slip his files into it.
Cool. Give me another investigation. I would also accept politics instead of investigation as you attempt to sort their bureaucracy, though I suspect that's worse.
I have no pips in politics.
Okay.
I am re-rolling.
1 success.
Yeah.
There are 47 McCarthys.
I'm just grabbing one that has a female name on it, or
Cool.
a name that sounds very similar to the name that Sloan gave.
I think it was just Sloan McCarthy.
It was.
Yeah, is there a Sloan McCarthy? If not, then I'm just going to grab an S McCarthy.
Fair enough. Samantha McCarthy.
Right. And then slip the stuff in it and close everything up. And put the empty folder on Holliday back.
Gotcha. So it looks like you're leaving. Oh, I see. So if anyone asks why you're taking the file, this is S. McCarthy's file. That's the person
Yes.
we're talking to.
Exactly.
Cool. I'm caught up. Very clever. Yeah. Anything else in here you would like to look at? There are other sections with different subjects. If you want to try and find out internal stuff, locations.
I have already overstepped what her skill set is. Raven is not going to risk it. She is
Okay.
going to breathe a sigh, put everything back, and then leave.
All right. I believe it was the Saratoga Springs Resort. Or possibly, yeah, I'll get you that specific name later. Out
Okay,
you go.
sounds good.
Find everything you need?
Yes, I did. Thank you. Oh, your key.
Very good. Take care now.
You too. Thank you again. And she will cautiously make her way down. And then when she's in the stairwell where no one is looking, she's going to slip the folder actually into her back underneath her shirt so no one can see that it's there.
Very smooth.
And then change into her normal garb, grab her now ice cold coffee, and head back downstairs. None the wiser.
Damn. Sweet. You guys can meet back up And yeah, Sloan, I think you get like a signal from Raven that all is well.
Yeah, signaling that got what we came for, essentially.
Then I will turn to the man, because I imagine I've about run out my time anyway.
Getting there.
Is there any way you have, I don't know, a brochure or something with all the prices and things in it so that I can get it to my attorney? He handles the estate, you know.
Yes, of course.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Look forward to hearing from you.
She's got this just sweet as candy, super wide. I'm gonna go and send a wire to him right away, so hopefully you will hear from him within the next day or two.
That sounds just peachy keen, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
And then once he hands things over, I'm gonna go back to Raven.
Cool.
Come on,
Aylin,
Jenny.
wallowing outside.
Wallowing.
Yep.
Right where they left me.
Yep. Echo, what's the play? Your boy is very, very made.
So I can see where he is.
Yeah, he is halfway between where he set the fire and the stairwell, like a deer in the
Cool.
headlights.
I'm gonna. So I have a second smoke bomb because I have mass production.
Hell yes.
So I would like to light it and ideally kind of throw it so it lands like at his feet to kind of give him some cover.
Sweet. Dex Athletics difficulty 1 to make the shot.
All right. Yeah, thanks, Dice. 7.
7 hits? Okay. Oh, that's fantastic.
That's as many hits as she has dice. That's
Yep.
wild.
On the thing I said would be the easiest thing you do today.
Yep.
So here's what actually happens. Yeah. No, this is perfect. With the rising danger and the way that this is starting to go sideways, you have the book, you make the call, you're gonna get Delaney out of here. You bring out this lightly oil-soaked chunk of carpet. You quickly apply flame. You step back, toss it, perfect throw. It's gonna go right over there, smoke bomb, probably like burst on the carpet a little bit, creating enough area of smoke that he can get away. That's not exactly what happens, because you have some idea who these feds have been working for or with, as much as Aylin has shared with you that there's mage business involved. So when you blink, and there's a man standing directly in front of Delaney with a revolver in his face, it's surprising, but not as surprising as it otherwise would have been. What is surprising is a ball of flaming carpet hitting him in the back of the head and going down the back of his shirt. This guy starts doing a dance. What the heck? Get that, where? Whoa, stop! His gun pointed at the ceiling goes off and panic ensues. You and Delaney can make a run for it.
Oh yeah.
He bolts. Delaney's...
That goes to the same.
Absolutely. Dex Athletics to just run like hell.
I would like
you could
to
also
run
add
better
your
than...
desperation, but 5
No, that's
successes,
fine.
great. Yeah. Delaney has gotten better at a lot of the other elements of thieving. The one thing he was always good at was running.
Why am I not surprised?
You two book
Mood.
it. Are you going up and off the roof again, or are you going down through the building?
Down through the building.
Sweet.
With the gunshot going off, it will be much more reasonable that we're just panicked workers.
Yeah. You run down the staircase, and you can still hear shouting upstairs. People have come out into the stairwell to look, which is probably good, because it means if that guy up there can teleport, he can't do it right now without a lot of people seeing him. And down and down and down you go. Just a couple of scared window washers. Somebody asks, what's going on?
She just shouts fire.
Yeah, give me a charisma persuasion check. No downside for failing, but more panic if you succeed.
I can live with 2.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Fire, everybody, let's get out of here. And the stairwell is flooded with people making their way out. Sloan, Raven, you heard a gunshot.
And then chaos in the hallways.
Yup.
Sloan is going to look at you.
A series of alarm bells going off to letting people know that there appears to be a fire in the building.
Well, that seems like a sign to depart.
The guy grabs his own jacket. People are starting to leave this office.
Yep. She was on her way out the door as she was talking.
Yeah. Time to go.
Okay. I will remind you, there's another office that hasn't been used in a little while that Raven clocked.
I don't know about that office, so unless she says something.
I know. I'm reminding Raven.
Yeah, on the way out, she will mention the office and if we should slink in the chaos, because it is Benny's office. I think it was Benny, right? Yeah.
Benjamin Foster.
Yeah.
God damn it. I do not have stealth. Okay. Yeah, no, you know what? Vengeance is my drive, so yeah, she says that and I think I'm gonna act like I am struggling a little bit with, like, I don't know, getting my jacket caught on a door handle or something so that the people in the office will pass me. And
Cool.
then slink backwards.
Sweet. I am going to have you roll probably charisma plus stealth in this setting.
That's less than dexterity.
Sorry.
Can I argue for manipulation plus stealth?
Yes.
She's lying.
You're also seeking information about your quarry,
Yep.
so feel free to get desperate.
I'm gonna have to because I have like 3 dice without it, so.
I am assisting. Does that do anything to help?
3 successes?
Raven, I'm going to have you also roll
Oh.
charisma, manipulation,
Oh.
or manipulation plus stealth to convincingly stay behind for a second.
Charisma or manipulation? Okay, but
Yes.
and stealth rate?
Yep.
4 success.
Cool. Conveniently, you can sort of body block Sloan, because you're like, here, let me help you with that. And you guys can try and jimmy this office door. How many times have I said jimmy this session?
Oh, a few at least.
Yeah, there's been a few.
Yep.
Speaking of
We should
Jimmy,
have a Jimmy counter now.
If you want to try and pick this lock, Dex plus Larceny. If you prefer a more
Good.
direct approach, Strength plus Athletics.
Could I argue for subterfuge because I have sleight of hand?
Subterfuge, in my understanding, is typically social.
Suppose that's fair.
So Larceny
I
is
don't. I don't have larceny, so.
I have larceny. I can do it. You said Dex and larceny?
Dex and Larceny to pick the lock, yeah. The quiet approach.
Sloan produces a pin from her hair and hands it over.
That's 3.
Click, click, ka-chink.
And we're inside and the door is shut.
Yep. Office is clearly hasn't been used in some time. Odd that it hasn't been, like, replaced.
What floor are we on?
Second.
Oh, good. Okay, so if we need to go out the window, we have that option.
Right, but effectively the third, because the first floor is 2 stories. One for use and one for grandeur.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's not the 7th floor, which would probably, like...
Oh, automatic death.
Yeah. Okay, we're, I'm gonna start looking for stuff. I don't waste any time as soon as I'm in here.
All right. Each of you can make me wits and investigation.
And I'm using desperation for this.
For sure.
That's 2. I won't reroll.
7 and 3. 6 successes. Go, baby, go! Sorry.
Okay. Damn.
Sloan is a beast.
Yeah. First, I'll just ask you, what would you like to know
Yes.
specifically?
I want to know, like, what they're doing, how they're doing it. Anything that could point me in the way of what their, like, ultimate, like, plan was. Like, yeah, they obviously believe that, like, you know, everything should rot and whatever, but like, is there some greater goal? Who, like, is there like a list of contacts here at somewhere? Does he have people's, like, contact information?
Ultimate goal? There are several communique. Here's what I think you find in this moment.
That's fine. You can tell me that I don't learn any of the things that I would like to learn as long as I learn something, because that's a lot of successes.
I'm not going to do that, though. What you find in this moment are communications which you determine to be encoded. What appear to be casual discussions about the weather or business transactions, plans for lunch, are encoded messages because obviously a cult of disease-worshipping vampires sending letters wouldn't just say, hey, we're disease-worshipping vampires.
Right, obviously.
So you find, I'm gonna say he rolled 6 successes, you find 6 letters.
I am gonna, very quickly fold them in half and straight into the... Raven gets to see for a moment as Sloan very, very quickly, unbuttons a couple of the buttons of her shirt and they go straight into her corset. And then she buttons her shirt back up.
Check it out, it's a hot lady.
This may also be a fun time to add
that even wasn't
Raven...
the point. That wasn't even the point. That was just...
Right. What were you saying, Echo?
This may also be a fun time to point out that Raven's coat has pockets on the inside now that she may not have noticed.
Oh yeah, you have several large pockets on the inside of your coat from where Echo repaired it.
Did not know that. Huh.
Surprise.
Yay.
Sloan is putting her finds in the one place that they are unlikely to be found, even if somebody searches us.
For sure.
Yeah, they're not going to strip search us here, so...
Mm-hmm. In the false bottom of a drawer, you're able to pry it up, pull out these letters. I think that's what tips you off, too. No one put these letters in a false drawer if they weren't important. So then you take a closer look and you're like, yeah, there's more here.
Yep, into the corset they go.
Yeah. The other thing you find is a train ticket, or the stub of a train ticket from New York to San Francisco, probably by way of Chicago.
Okay. That also gets tucked into the corset.
All right. And then it's time to get out of here.
Yep.
I think at this point you run into Echo in the stairwell.
Oh.
People have started coming out in front of you, Echo. You and Snake are now middle of the pack, because everybody on every floor knows there's a fire and are all leaving. Both stairwells are getting pretty full of people as you all spill out of the building. Aylin, you also see them all spilling out of the building.
I assume they're going to come join us.
Yeah.
Join me.
I was by us, you mean you?
Me and my ghosts.
I was about to say, there's definitely more people sitting there. We just don't see them all.
Aylin's pronouns are they, them now, and not for the reasons you think.
Excellent. Yeah. You guys can reconvene at this little diner. Aylin looks pale and morose. Snake has a little bit of smoke about him.
On the way towards the diner, can I catch Echo and Snake's eyes and then glance toward a side alley? Because they've got to get out of those fucking uniforms.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You guys can ditch those.
And then
honestly,
meet back up with us.
Yeah. In the thick of the crowd, I think it's possible for you guys to just unzip and walk and drop them.
Good. Good.
Yeah, between walking and being jostled by the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty easy to work it off.
Yep. You pull the bandana, let your hair down, drop the coveralls, leave them on the ground. The rest of the stuff is all up on the roof, but that's just a rope.
Yeah.
And yeah.
That looks like somebody heard there was a fire and panicked. Just forgot to come back.
I'm gonna lean over to Raven in the middle of the fray as we are approaching. I would appreciate it if you did not mention to anyone the little performance I had to put on back there.
No worries. Your secret is safe with me. And I do have an extra folder for you as well.
Excellent. Thank you, darling.
All right.
And then we're there at the table.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna frown at Aylin because I know her. And this is obvious to people who don't know her super well.
Can I roll her cover, look okay?
Yes. Manipulation and subterfuge, please.
I'm assuming I get to roll.
Or
again.
performance.
We want to counter.
Absolutely. Everybody roll wits and insight. Desperation are not involved.
Critical success.
Oh my god.
I'm good.
Fuck you.
One.
8.
I'm not rolling.
To be fair, if anyone was going to pass that was going to be Sloan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 8 successes on 7. She is hiding it exceptionally well, as she usually does, but something happened out here.
A good heist, then.
I will look over at Echo and Snake.
We got the book. None of us got shot, and I may have set the mage on fire.
Yeah, it was kind of close.
Does acquiring the book get me out of my despair?
We'll look into that. What is the condition for getting out of despair? It's like progressing your creed.
No, it is.
It is.
Well, it's the redemption, and I think hers is that she has to like acquire a source of supernatural power or something.
You know, like the Book of the Tyrant.
Do you
procure
perceive the
samples
tyrant?
of the source of their power?
Yeah. Do you perceive the tyrant as a potential source of power?
I know he is.
Do you intend to use him as such?
I've
I'll
waited
allow
too
it.
long to say no.
I'll allow it.
It doesn't say that
Yes.
they have to use it. It just says that it
Yes,
has
just
to
that
be
I
a
know
sample.
it's a source of power.
Yeah, I was just asking for me.
And like grabby hands towards the like. Do you have it?
Oh my
Not
god,
right
she's a big-
now. Not right now in the middle of the street. Let's go. You paid your tab?
Yes.
All right. Well, I think with a fire in the distance, this is an appropriate time to depart this part of the city and go find somewhere safe.
We should retire.
With the Book of the Tyrant no longer in ignorant hands, and the break-in, frankly, a rousing success, the group of you set off back into New York, and the anonymity that its crowds bring. Your danger is going to go down by 2, thanks to the averted release of the Tyrant, and desperation is going to go down by 1.
All right.
But
So we're back where we
Carlos-
started.
yes,
No, we are still above
You
where we
still have more
started. We
danger.
started at 5.
because there are powers that be, at least 2 known groups of dangerous supernaturals who are already watching this building, and you fucked with both of them. This
That sounds like a
break-in
future us
will not-
problem.
Yes, this break-in will not go uninvestigated. But again, like you said, that's a later problem.
Thank you for listening to The Great Game, a Hunter the Reckoning actual play by Hallowed Haven Studios. Storytelling for this actual play is provided by Overthinker, Aylin by Clara, Echo by Termite, Raven by Freyja. Our intro music is by Francesco de Andrea. Our art is by Poyjee. Editing by Virens.